There are so many new handhelds coming to the market, but let's be honest, they're pretty darn expensive. I mean, we're talking $700+, but Steamdeck has now dropped to an all-time low of $320.
And honestly, at that price, it seems like one of the best deals in PC gaming, but we had to buy one for ourselves to see what the hype's all about, and we're gonna open it up and talk about it after a word from today's sponsor. Oh, dude, did you get any sleep last night?
Honestly, I barely got any sleep because I am so worried about the security here at the office.
That makes sense, but hey, we're in luck. The Lock-In Vino Pro just showed up, today's video sponsor, and I think it's gonna make us feel a lot safer here at Toasty Bros HQ. This is the Vino Pro from Lock-In, and it is one of the most feature-rich all-in-one devices for home security. Coming in with a 2K HDR camera with recording and playback, multiple unlocking methods ranging from fingerprint, PIN code, physical key, and app control, and even the industry's fastest palm vein recognition for hands-free entry.
How does the battery hold up with all those features though?
It does pretty well, and you can even offer their solar panels to where you never have to charge the device again.
I mean, that's a lot of features and I'm liking the sound of it, but I'm sure there's some type of catch, like a monthly fee or something.
No, there's no monthly service fee required to use the device, and with the built-in 32 gigabytes of storage, you can record your custom length video, pictures, and clips on the device easily.
Well, with one of these installed, I'm definitely gonna be able to sleep better at night.
To learn more of the Lock-In Vino Pro and the other products that Lock-In offers, use the link down below to go to their website or shop on Amazon today and save during their fall sale to get maximum value for your money. Thanks again to Lock-In for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to it, shall we?
So believe it or not, Matt and I, we're lovers of Steam. That's weird, that's weird. We like Steam powered, we love trains.
Us and Gabe Newell.
Boats. Gabe Newell, we go back, but yeah, you know, TF2, Half-Life, Portal, I love those games.
Kind of a big deal.
Kind of a big deal, but it's just all that though, we've never had a Steam Deck, which is crazy. We've had like all of these, you know, 1X Player and ROG Ally, like stuff like that, but somehow we've never had a Steam Deck.
Yeah, and the reason we're doing this video, and again, the Steam Deck came out a long time ago, the reason we're doing it though, and you need to act fast because this video goes live the day the sale ends. Through October 6th, they are selling the base model Steam Deck with the LCD display and 256 gigs of storage for $320, which is about $80 cheaper than normal MSRP. And at that price point, it seems like a really good value. Is the Steam Deck slower than all the other handhelds on the market? For the most part, yeah, the newer ones are gonna blow this out of the water in terms of performance, but it is such a cool ecosystem and setup that we just had to test it for ourselves and show you guys what you're getting for the price.
You know, a lot of people that buy these handhelds, I feel like they think they want like maximum power, the newest Ryzen AI chips, so they're gonna spend $1,000 on some of these new handhelds, but realistically, are you really going to be playing Warzone, Apex Legends, first-person shooters that actually need all that horsepower, or are you going to be playing kind of emulation-esque games?
So yeah, I did open this up originally, but I put it back as close to the original packaging experience as possible. But one thing I like out of the gate, Steam gives you a case with your handheld for the price point. I mean, that saves you about, what, 20 bucks going on Amazon to get something similar in terms of build quality? Pretty dang good.
It's like a hard case too, but it feels really good. Has a little handle, some nice rubber on there, and what's this?
Looks like you can probably store your power adapter there or something. You can hide stuff in there.
You think so? You think the power adapter goes there?
Maybe the power adapter or something can go inside there, but
that,
I don't really know.
That would make sense because they probably don't want you to put this like with the handheld.
Oh, it did just push down. Now it's like stuck.
Let's see.
Will this hold it?
I feel like I think you might be right. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Very cool.
Beautiful. We could be wrong about that, but that looks pretty accurate.
Yeah, we're gonna be really dumb if we're wrong.
But hey, with the Steam Deck, I've always considered these what I like to call backlog killers. I know you out there spending money on the Steam summer sale or the fall sale that's going on right now. You're buying cheap games that will run on pretty much anything, but you're never playing them because you're not in front of your PC to play those games. That's what this thing is for.
Yeah, and this case, I gotta add too, it's form-fitted. It actually keeps like the joysticks and everything protected, which I do know that's like, I guess one of the downsides with this is I know that the joysticks are not Hall effect, right?
They're not Hall effect. That's a popular mod people do, which again, with a device like this is so popular in a community of people who like to tweak and customize things. There's a lot of stuff you can do with this base model to make it even better.
Yeah, and I've always thought, you know, well, based on what I've seen, I think I might have held someone that came to like PC Bros before. I feel like we've gotten to see Steam Decks, and I think David has one as well.
I think he does, yeah.
I like the feel of these. I mean, it's definitely better than the Switch.
Yes.
Yeah, the Nintendo Switch, the newest one. So we got that going for us. The screen's definitely larger. The overall device is larger, obviously.
Yeah, this one has a 7-inch display. It is only 1280 by 800, but honestly, running at 720p on a 7-inch display looks pretty dang good. It is the LCD model, so it's not OLED. Again, 320 bucks, kind of what we expect. But it is good enough at 60 hertz to be able to play the games you want to at lower resolutions, do some upscaling and stuff to be able to get that 60 FPS you're looking for.
And another thing that's cool about these Steam Decks that I don't know a lot about, but I know Matt probably knows a little more, and our viewers viewers know a lot, is installing other OSs on these. We've had some people who've installed Windows on these devices, almost effectively turning them into like an Neo or one of those other brands.
But the best part, in my opinion, and the reason why I modified my ROG Ally X that I daily drive, is the operating system. So SteamOS, which we'll show you in detail here in a bit, it is just the perfect handheld experience. Again, you are limited because it is a version of Linux. You can't play games like Fortnite, Warzone, any of those games with an anti-cheat built in. But if you're focusing on Steam games, the Steam Deck is absolutely perfect.
And let's not forget how many games are on Steam. It's like over 70,000 games. So a lot of you guys are sleeping on just how many. You could basically spend the rest of your life on Steam and probably only get through a few thousand games.
Now, one thing I've always liked about the Steam Deck I never was able to experience because of my other handhelds are these touchpads. So these are touchpads
like
when you're in
haptic.
games, and they have a haptic feedback to them. So those are really cool. In games that use mouse support, you can actually use it like a normal trackpad. So it's a cool addition. I really like that addition to the handheld, and the feel is just nice. It is bigger, it's heavier than most other handhelds, but with the plastics it uses and everything else, it actually feels pretty good to game long term.
Yeah, we even have some extra macros in the back, and I like it's pretty basic in terms of plugins. I mean, we got, I'm assuming that's a combo headphone jack, but at the least it's a headphone jack. We have volume up and down. We have a USB-C for charging. Thank goodness it's not micro USB. We got a power button. We have our typical triggers and bumpers that we'd have on any other controller. And then the bottom is so simple. It's just a micro SD card, so that if you don't want to have to open this up to install extra storage, you can just do it this way, the easy way.
And again, this thing's been out for so long. There's so many videos on how you can mod this. And in this video, we're not really trying to review the Steam Deck for the first time. We're more or less trying to show you guys what our experience is with it, because when you pick this thing up nowadays for $320, it's a really good complement to a gaming PC or somebody who just wants to get a PC experience and maybe play some games on a console like this. $300 doesn't give you a lot nowadays in terms of the PC gaming space, but this right here is a whole package that you could just start playing games on PC.
That is true. You're getting the screen, speakers. You're getting. I mean, is it touchscreen?
It is touchscreen.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting a lot with this. It's actually crazy to think about how cheap that really is. I mean, Nintendo DS back in the day, I think, was this price.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is I download some games that make sense for it. We're gonna play on it, give our experiences and everything. But all in all, this is looking pretty dang good for the price, and you should definitely jump on that deal right now for $320. Even if it's more expensive, I mean, we don't need to be the one to tell you that the Steam Deck is awesome. Everyone raves about it. They love it. It's still a very popular handheld for a reason, but we just wanted to take this time to show you guys it's really cheap now. Here's what it is, and if you've been holding out on getting one, it might be the time. Let's play some games and then come to a conclusion about the Steam Deck.
All right, guys, we are playing some Peak. I really like this game a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and get us in the game, and then we'll show you guys some of the quick little settings and whatnot, but we're taking Bing Bong Airways right now.
Bing bong.
About to land up on the beach. And we're actually using Steam's little performance overlay. We can see our battery percentage, how many watts we're using, and then of course all of the specs like FPS, usages of CPU, GPU, RAM. We're using 5.9 gigs of RAM. Whoa. Yeah, she's running smooth. Right now we're set, if you press the 3 dots, you can actually see kind of your performance profile, kind of like a lot of the Linux modes have. So we can do scaling modes, in case the game isn't filling your screen. And obviously we can also use it as upscaling in a way. We can disable the frame limit.
Yep. Let's see what happens.
What happens? All right, so we're still set to 60 hertz. So we're getting 91 FPS now.
Hey.
And then let's see how do we go to the game settings? Would that be that settings? It's really cool though. It's I just love it's so unconsole-like. I'm in Windows practically. It feels like. Look, I can change windowed full screen, 1280 by 1800 or 800, which is a res max frame rate. We can even change freaking settings, which you're not going to. I mean, on a console like an Xbox or PlayStation, sure, you can say, I want to play performance. I want to play, max quality. That's it. You can't do anything else. So that's why this is so cool. Is the fact that you still have all the freedom, like you're on a PC. 90 FPS, so let's do a little bit of climbing and then we can send on the next game. Guys, it's kind of intimidating watching the battery go down. We've dropped 2% since we started.
I will say battery life on this has not been amazing. I know that's always been the biggest con with the Steam Deck is the battery's not great. So obviously you're not gonna have the longest game session in the world.
Yeah, but hey, we're using 17.5 watts right now. Oh, we just hit almost 20. And what's cool, okay, that's how you climb. What's cool is we can see our uptime too, how long the battery. Oh no, that's actually estimating.
That's how long you'd have left.
Ooh, that's cool. Which is slowly, well, it's going. So we're hitting 22 watts now, which dropped us to an hour 30.
Okay.
At 78%. I mean, it's about I know the new Switch that was a complaint
And also, I think your watts going up because you unlock the frame rate too. So if you locked it to 60,
Maybe.
you would actually probably get more battery life. I know some people tend to lock their frame rates on the Steam Deck so they can get better out of it.
And I'm sure if we were to do lower settings too, we definitely don't need to be running these settings. It's so crazy to see the efficiency though. Right now, our CPU is pulling 3.5 watts. The GPU that's built into the CPU is pulling about 4 watts, and overall the whole system, like the battery is putting out 16 watts. We never thought we'd be in an era of this, chat. It's crazy. Now we're using 2 gigs of VRAM too, which technically is just RAM.
Climb, boy, climb.
This feels pretty good though. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna get to the top of. I'm gonna get up here. I'm gonna get up there, and then we're good to go.
He's climbing to the end, guys.
I like that I've never played this game with controller, but a lot of the controls are like pretty intuitive. Like I just pinged, not even thinking about it, and I was like, oh yeah, that's how you ping. Climb. All right, we got a big jump here. Ooh yeah. Ooh yeah. Let's get up here. We're getting 90 FPS still. Battery's now at 77%, so we've dropped about 3% since I first started playing. I mean, I could live with this. I could live with this. Okay, you know what? That's a little too steep. We're gonna get to here.
That was a jump.
That was whiskey. All right, now we have a big jump, so we're gonna go sprint. I didn't sprint.
I didn't sprint.
Broke
I
my
fell.
ankles, but guess what? We are here. We made it to our secondary goal. But yeah, this looks super cool. It feels great. I mean, the ergonomics are awesome. We're now at 76% battery, so that'll be fun to see throughout the time we're testing this, what we get the battery down to by the time it ends. But we didn't start at 100%.
I'm gonna test the best feature. Just tap the power button real quick, like to turn it off. Just turn that off. Just tap it. So what it'll do is go into a sleep mode with the game in the background. Hit the power button now. And you know how like some consoles, you're right back in it.
That's crazy. I wonder what type of battery usage that may end up doing. Because there has to be some phantom power, I assume. But all right, sweet. Well, let's go ahead and go to the next game.
All right, guys, we are now in Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. And I'm just running the default settings right now. We'll go ahead and show you guys what that looks like. So we go over to the options. We are currently running 1280 by 800 on low settings. And we are currently, we're holding close to 60 FPS. We're getting a few dips here and there below that, but it is definitely very playable. I will say on my handheld with the ROG Ally X, I definitely can get a lock 60 or a little bit higher, running 1080p on that display. But I will say the LCD looks pretty dang good. It's one of those things, if you weren't like comparing side by side an OLED versus an LCD Steam Deck, you would be just fine with this for the price point. Again, it all comes down to the price point that you're getting this thing at. Oh god, I shouldn't have dropped down here. This is gonna be a problem. Yeah, this game is definitely pulling more watts. As you can see, I just died. But we're pulling about 23 watts right now. So the more demanding games, you're definitely gonna get far less battery life. And when that happens, obviously you're not gonna have the longest game session, but there are a lot of options for battery banks that are pretty easy to charge. Because the charger that comes with this is a 45-watt charger, you can get a lot of battery banks that would keep you plenty of juice to keep this going long term. And again, another investment that you have the money for because you only spent $300 on your handheld. Compared to people who will be spending, $1,000 on the latest ROG handheld, which again, don't get me wrong, is gonna be much better in terms of raw performance. Most of you are not gonna play games that'll allow you to even utilize all of that, or you're not gonna play it enough to where you can justify the cost long term. So that's why I think this is such a good deal. Ooh. Got him. Easy peasy. Another game looking pretty good. I always like to show this feature as well. I showed Jackson testing the sleep mode. But if you just hit the Steam button and go home, you can just go right back to looking at games. Looking pretty cool. Click here. Wow, you're right back in the game. They took PC gaming and made it feel like a little console in your hands. Everything about it is very smooth and user-friendly. I think that's the biggest selling point with this handheld. Oh goodness, last kill. And we're done. Couldn't get a full lock 60, but it still felt smooth enough that I could play this no problem whatsoever. Let's move on to another game.
All right, we're playing some Halo 3. So this is Master Chief Collection. If you don't know, shout out. Halo went through and basically remastered / re-released pretty much every single Halo up until Reach in one game. And it's not super big. Pretty sick. But this is Halo 3 on some mission that I probably played 100,000 times.
And of course, I picked the darkest map ever. There's a good test of the LCD, so you can see what that looks like.
I mean, we have studio lighting on. It's not on all the way, but I can definitely see pretty well, actually. but we're getting ready to drive, so we're good. Oh, all right, we're ready to go. So we're about to get some light. That's what I was hoping for, so we'd actually see what's going on. We're getting 60 FPS, so this is another game where I'm assuming we can probably turn off the lock if we wanted to. But it's holding strong. We're using 13 watts, so 60 FPS cap. It is good. It does help you save battery.
I always just think back to playing these games on the Xbox of like how cool it would have been if you told me you could have a handheld or like a portable thing to play Halo.
The Xbox 720. This is it right here.
Yes, this is what people were like thinking about.
No, this is definitely it's a different era of gaming. You know, with the whole handheld thing. I'm excited. I'm happy to see Steam doing well. Really one of the #1 handhelds. I always love just Steam in general. You know, it's a really good environment. So now that we're out here, we're still maintaining 60 FPS. So playable too. Like they did such a good job. Like this feels like I'm on an Xbox controller, a really fat one, very wide. So we're using how much RAM do we have? Is it 8?
16.
16. Wow.
Yeah.
So we're only using 6.9. That's plenty of RAM.
Yep, you got 16 gigs of RAM.
I still know some of you freaks are gonna be like, I need to get the ROG Ally XXX with 45 gigs of RAM.
You need all your RAM.
But like, I don't know what game you're gonna be playing that's gonna utilize more than 8, honestly. This is definitely this would be a good flight game, you know, a good hotel at night kind of thing to go through, play all the Master Chief Collection. But yeah, no, shout out. This is looking good. Steamdeck, very proud of you guys for having a cheap, affordable console. Keep it going.
All right, guys. So we're in Spider-Man Miles Morales, and we're currently running the following settings. Let's go to the settings here. We are at the, let's see, 1280 by 800 resolution, running some FSR3 with the dynamic resolution scale set to 60. We want to hit 60 FPS, that's kind of the goal. We're running low details. This is, again, a slightly older AAA title. It's not the newest Spider-Man you can get, but it is one that is still pretty demanding. And as you can see, swinging around the city, we're not maintaining a lock 60. We're definitely dipping to like the 40s every so often. So this would be an example of maybe not like incredibly playable, but I don't know, there's something about using a handheld that I'm a bit more forgiving for the FPS being a bit lower than on my desktop PC. Because it's smooth enough to where I can enjoy the game, and it's not really gonna take away from the whole experience for me. But yeah, we're aiming for 60, it's just not gonna fully get there, so that's gonna be the biggest problem we're having. But again, this is a very demanding situation that we're swinging around in. We're using about 23 watts. Get an estimated about an hour of game time running on these settings. And you know, it makes more and more sense as I play on this handheld why Steam is really in no rush to release a new one, because again, there are improvements, but they're not substantial enough to where I would say like, oh wow, the Steam Deck is obsolete, you shouldn't buy it. I could still recommend this to someone, especially for the price, and have a really good experience. As we're fighting down here, we're getting about 30 or so FPS. I mean, you could get the full console experience and lock to 30 as well, which wouldn't be too bad. I'm personally a little spoiled on my handheld, getting mostly 60 FPS with the ROG Ally X. But that is an option as well for you if you want to, and I might just die. Wow, I just died off that. That's probably the best for me. But yeah, guys, Spider-Man, another game that's running pretty good. We'll have Jackson play some Left 4 Dead, which is another Source game that will be a good option for this handheld. I think all the Source games, I mean, it's a Steam Deck, you might as well be able to run all the Source games, are gonna be a lot of fun on this. And then I'll round things out with another indie title, Hollow Knight, so you can see what those games run like. Because hey, this thing is great for indie games. Higher end games, it can run them, but you have to have the proper expectations, because once again, 320 bucks.
We are now in another classic game, Left 4 Dead 2. You know, these are the kind of games you guys should be loading up on these Steam Decks. So this is a game that came out a while ago, but it honestly has held up so well over the years. Still looks great. Just shot my teammate. My sensitivity is a little high. I don't feel like fixing it, but as you can see, another game we get really good FPS on. Oh, so these speakers are...
They're not bad.
They're loud, yeah, and I don't even think we're max... Oh my god, it's a charger.
I forgot what a charger sounded like.
Yeah, it sounds like a freaking, like... It kind of reminds me of Jurassic Park. But yeah, 60 FPS, no problem. We'd probably be getting a good amount more if we unlocked it. So we're now down to 60%. So we dropped about 13% since we started this test. Not too bad. We're dinosaurs, by the way. That's a mod. Don't worry about that. It's separate. Separate from the game. Yeah, it just goes to show, guys, there's, I mean, we could spend all day testing out games. I mean, you can run AAA titles if you want to at, like, you know, lower settings. The resolution helps a lot with that. I know a lot of people may see these handhelds and be like, oh my gosh, a 1080p or a 1440p screen, wow, that's sick. But it's like, no, you're just losing a lot of FPS by doing that. And you're losing battery life. I would much rather have, I think I heard a witch. I would much rather have, you know, like a 720p-ish screen on something this small and get good battery life and better gameplay. Oh, it's a jockey. Chicken jockey.
Chicken jockey.
Yeah, guys, so we're going to go ahead and test out just one more game, and then we're going to kind of just talk about this value proposition that we have here.
All right, guys, so last game we're gonna be testing is Hollow Knight, and as you guys can see, this is a game that runs incredibly well. We're getting like 300 FPS. We do not need to do that because if we go into our power profile here, we can limit the frame rate. Let's see, let's hit this button here. Let's go to performance, go down to disable frame rate limit. Lock that 60 because look at our wattage. It's gonna go way lower and give us way more game time. This is just a good example to show you guys, once again, a indie title, or mini indie titles that are on Steam that you can buy and play on the Steam Deck and have a great experience doing so. And it's just a fun way to go through that backlog of the games. So I'm gonna find my way back down. I think it's, do I have it this way? I've been playing this game finally. I've like started it many times for benchmarks, and then I never like kept going with it, but I'm actually playing through it fully. So we're in the dungeon and we're going to fight some bugs. I say dungeon, we're in basically a cave. Is this my, this is an older save because I don't have my, my dash that I just got recently. But yeah, once again, guys, another game, 60 FPS, no problems. They're gonna get about, again, at 58%, we're getting about 2 hours of gameplay on this one. So again, these indie games, you'll have no problems getting a really smooth experience. But I think that does a good job of showing you guys everything that we think is really good about the Steam Deck. And I mean, you already know it. If you've been in the PC space for a while, you know how cool the Steam Deck is. But now that it is so cheap and there's a bunch of really expensive handhelds coming to the market, at this price point, it's hard to recommend anything else for someone just wanting to try a handheld and not invest a ton of money in the first place. So let's go ahead and wrap this video up and talk more about the deal that you can take advantage of today if you're watching the video, and hopefully Steam will do this long term.
So we just played a ton of really cool games on the Steam Deck, and it was cool to see that we don't have to just stick to like indie titles or like really old games. You can play new games thanks to the resolution being a little bit lower on the Steam Deck. I'm honestly loving this thing, and if I didn't already have like a Switch and a gaming laptop I don't really use, I'd probably pick one of these up myself.
It's really cool, and for $320, again, you have until the end of the day of this video being uploaded to take advantage of that deal. Steam may lower the price across the board and keep it very competitive at $320, which would be really cool long term. Steam, if you're listening, you might want to do that because you can get a lot of different sales on the Steam Deck at $320. But even at a little bit of a higher premium, it's still an awesome budget gaming handheld in a space where new handhelds are costing upwards of $1,000. This is still a really good option for those who want to try out the space and not invest a ton of money. Once again, check the link down below. It's not an affiliate link because Steam doesn't have an affiliate program. If it did, we probably would have one, but you can use the link down below to shop on Steam today to buy one of these. And let me know in the comments down below if we swayed you to pick up a Steam Deck.
But anyways, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/toastybros, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
At PCBros.tech, this Steam Deck will be for sale eventually, and we're talking about maybe getting some handhelds in person that you can come buy today.
PC Bros is our website for buying or building, or you don't build, you buy from us. That we build, you buy from PC Bros. Use code Toasty Bros on checkout and do a better job promoting the website than we do. See you guys later. Goodbye.